Hey, what is going on, you guys? My name is SubZeroExtabyte and I am shooting right back at you with another video today. Now, as you can see, we are in a very different setting than usual, and that is true. Well, at least a little bit. We have found ourselves in the lair of Bendy. Well, at least that is how the story or the myth goes. So this should be the place to be to find this Bendy character. Now, of course, I am pretty skeptical about all of this because I tend not to believe in folklore and urban legends. But this kind of intrigued me, so I ended up deciding that this was worth my time to figure out. Now, of course, you might think, well, this is not that fun at all. Well, let me double check you on that once we are done with today's video. Now, like I said, I am expecting to not find anything today, but maybe the folklore or the urban legend, so to say, is true and we can find something rather cool right now. So hop on with me today so that we can actually end up making some progress right now. So what are we supposed to find here? That is my initial question right now. I suppose so. Right now I am not even sure where I am. I mean, there have been some things that have happened lately which were really freaking bad for me personally. So I am just hoping that all of this will turn out alright, but I cannot make any promises right now. So basically, a little while ago I saw some cars driving by my house, like those really big black SUV type things that you see rolling around in the FBI movies and stuff, and even in Men in Black. But I was kind of getting suspicious over all of that, so I started tracking them. I started noting when they came by, with how many people the cars were occupied and all of that stuff. Then after even longer, I noticed the same people walking along my house, so I started tracking that as well. I mean, I noticed that there was something going on, which was bad, but I did not quite know what it was yet, and quite frankly I still do not have a clue about any of that right now. So to be honest, that is not great for me, but I have gone looking for answers. So I started sneaking out of my house at night and I went to see Doc Oswald in a secret location, which was definitely not the bathroom stalls of his lab. So please do not go looking there, Mr. FBI, if you are watching. There will be nothing suspicious right there. But as I started sneaking out, they had no idea that I was not home. I mean, I was able to do my research and get back home and start tracking those guys again. But it was really weird because they kept coming and coming, and there were more people who started coming and more big black SUVs and more people walking by, and even my delivery guy for my pizzas got changed, and I am pretty sure that he was one of them as well. So that is when I got really suspicious and I tried sneaking out again, but I could not do that because there were even people watching me from behind my house, which was really terrifying, to be honest, because I had no idea if these guys were FBI or CIA or some other government agency, which would mean that I would be rather in safe hands. But on the other hand, it could have been hostile domestic terrorists. Wow, okay, that scared me right there. I was distracted by the screen here. Anyway, where were we? Yes, I was not able to sneak out anymore. I decided that I should start working on my physical condition in order to beat these guys off. So after none of the escaping was going to work, so everything that I had tried up until this point just ended up blowing up in my face. Because whatever I did, they hired new agents to walk along my house and they started patrolling on a different schedule. Basically, I just had to try something else. So that was when I had gone the complete other way around and I just started planting traps everywhere, which again just ended up blowing up in my face, taking my house with them. Then I gave the training another shot, which did not work at all, and then after that everything got pretty calm again. But then people started stealing out of my house, and that is when I went into full defense mode again and I started hiding them myself and everything that I owned, just so that people could not get to them. And as you know, if you do not know where something is, then you cannot get to it. But of course it was not really them stealing stuff out of my house. No, they decided to just enter my house when I was away to start snooping around and looking for stuff. So I really had no idea what was going on at that point, to be honest. But you cannot take anything out of said thing. Now that kind of worked, and that was a really good thing for me since that kept people out for a while after some time. But I really do not know why, to be honest, but that only solved one problem, and do not get me wrong, I am glad that I was able to solve that. But then again, that does not even matter right now. because if I found my way into this lair of Bendy, then I am guessing that the FBI should be on their way here right now, which is not in my best interest. So let's see what we have around here. Nothing really, just some random cardboard cutouts of this weird looking cat or something like that. Nothing that will really spark my interest, to be honest. Oh my god, never freaking mind. Is that the thing that I have been looking for? No way that this is real. Come on, Sub-Zero. You are always calm and collected, so let this not be the one time that you end up losing your cool, because you are just not like that. Okay, never mind, I am losing my calm and I am not collected. I am out of here. I cannot believe this right now. This random creature is just standing before me and it does not even blink. I mean, I can already tell that this is nothing for me, so I am just going to get myself to a safe area around here just in case that this thing is not something that I want to be messing with. And I can honestly tell you that I do not want to be messing with this thing. I am not sure if any of you have seen the movie Life, but this pretty much reminds me of that, because they decided to start messing with some alien thing and they all ended up dead and they ended up destroying the ISS, and I am not about to be doing the same thing as them. I am just leaving that thing be, and that is it. I mean, come on. If you would be standing in my shoes right now, well, for starters you would be looking fly as a kite, but never mind that, but you would also be rather anxious right now. At least that is my initial guess with this right here. But actually I am just trying to get stuff done in order to get the FBI guys out of my territory. And you guys know why, okay? I mean, it was really scary for me. And it still is really scary for me right now, because I literally do not have a clue about where I am right now, which is kind of scaring me, to be honest. But let's just get to it real quick, because I really do not know how much time I have left until my camera dies. And whenever that happens, I really do not know if I will make it out of here alive. And when that happens, I would not even be able to tell you guys. So I am just going to get done with this right here. I will finish with my story right now, because that is the only way that anyone is able to make an end to all of this right here. So please help me if you can. So let's get on with it right away. I mean, you can already tell that I really do not like any of this that is going on here, because I can already see that whatever I am doing here is just leading into me pooping my pants, for crying out loud. I mean, why am I even doing this? Well, just because I was that curious to whatever there was inside of this house thing. Well, that bit my butt, or at least it will probably end up biting me in the butt after all. So all that I really want to do right now is to just get the freak out of here, or actually just get myself out of here. Because of course I am priority number one right here. That is like the best idea that I have ever come up with back then. But first things first, I am already proud of the fact that I was able to get the idea from myself, which I had applied to pretty much everything that I do in life. Once I get scared, I will just run away from everything, and that is pretty much all she wrote after all. But I am just hoping that once I am done with all of this right here, that I can just live here in peace again. But something was telling me that this will not work out the way that I wanted it to. It is just something that I feel coming up. I mean, that does not mean that this is a bad thing. I mean, I would rather have things go wrong while I am in the beginning stages of this right here, than I do not have to leave that much behind. At least that is what I am hoping. Well, all of that was because of this one thing, the fact that there were people snooping around my house and I had no idea what to do about it. But I decided that I had to try at least something, right? I mean, I was not going to live inside of that house for the rest of my life, to just live in fear and all of that stuff while I could not even get out of there. That would just be horrible, to be honest. I mean, I could just live in that house for the rest of my life and sit it out, but that is not something that I want to do right now. So I am just praying to the gods that this will actually work in one go and that I can finally have a good night of sleep again, because I will still have to get out of here, and maybe then I am done with all of this. I mean, I literally do not have a clue about what is going on. I literally still cannot do anything about this right now, and it is driving me crazy, to be honest. I mean, I cannot even sleep well anymore, because the last time that I did not have an interrupted sleep is like months ago. I mean, since these guys found out that they could just storm into my house, they just literally started taking full advantage of it, and I hate it. I mean, how annoying is it when you get woken up every day at like 3 o'clock in the morning just because some FBI agent is bashing at your door? I can honestly tell you that this is not a very fun and exciting thing to be doing, but I guess that I will just have to go through with this right now, because otherwise I will definitely never have another good night of sleep. I mean, come on. It just feels like every day is getting worse right now. I mean, I already do not get enough sleep, and you should be getting enough sleep in order for your brains to be working properly. And right now I am thinking of a way to get all of this over with. and I am on just a couple of hours of sleep, and that is just not something that will work for me right now. So I had to do something about it, but none of that explains why I am here in all of this darkness right now and why all of this is so scary as it is. And that puppet thing is a reason as well. I mean, I cannot even explain any of that, to be honest. Even all of that is just beyond me right now, so I am not sure what I am going to do, because I literally do not know what I should be able to do. But I know that I will have to come up with something soon, otherwise I am probably just going to be a dead man. I mean, actually I have no idea what could be happening to me, because I am not even sure about the fact why people are trying to get to me in the first place. I mean, if I knew why they were after me, I could just go on and try to find a way to make them go away, right? But since I am not even sure, I mean, I literally do not have a clue, to be honest. But that is just making it that much harder for me right now, man. But I just cannot stand this anymore. It just feels like I am getting crowded in my mind, and I cannot handle it for one single bit right now. So once I am done with all of this, I am just going to check out for how long I can sleep in one sitting. And I am betting that it will be a very long time before I actually get back to being in an awake state. So you could kind of say that once I am done with sleeping, I am woke again, and that would be making me a woke person. That is like insane. But right now my sleep-deprived self is starting to get into something right here. Maybe building a house like that was not the best thing to do. I mean, right now I am just throwing everything on defense. So that was not a great thing to do, because that put me in the seat of someone who has done something which I have not. But we all know that offense is the best defense. So maybe I should have just been getting smart on the ways of these FBI agents and make sure that I'm able to get behind them knowledge-wise. I will have to figure out exactly what those people do and how they operate in a non-hostile environment before it gets hostile, of course, because they always get hostile no matter what we do about something like that anyway. So I am just going to make sure that I'm completely read up on all of their FBI strategies and their language and all of that stuff. So take some milk, sit down, and kids, get ready to learn. But I know that when I came into this place that I saw this one guy and he was wearing a suit, but I did not quite catch his face. I believe he was wearing some kind of a mask or a bag over his head or something like that. But he sounded very demonic, and he started saying something like this right here. Oh no, it was this Bendy dude right here, the puppet guy. My god, I cannot even take that. All that I'm hearing right now is just insane. This Bendy dude is the guy that was talking to me in my sleep all this time. I will recite you what he was saying to me in a second, but I can tell you that whatever you are about to hear will give you nightmares for days, maybe even weeks or months, or in the worst case years. So here we go. You might want to pause the video here if you are scared easily. Well, since you have not paused it yet, I really appreciate that. But I also like that you are a little bit of a daredevil for just going on with me right here. So here it goes. Alright, listen up. He said, and I quote, "Dragged you down below, down to the devil's show to be his guest forever. Peace of mind is less than ever. I hate to twist your mind, but God ain't on your side. An old acquaintance severed. Burn the world your last endeavor." It was really scary, but it sounded pretty poetic to me for some reason. But that was not it just yet. He went on and on and on. So here is what he said after that. But I cannot remember it exactly, so I might screw up somewhere around here. Okay. Flesh is burning. You can smell it in the air, because men like you have such an easy soul to steal. So stand in line while they ink numbers in your head. You're now a slave until the end of time here. Nothing stops the madness turning, hunting, yearning. Pull the trigger. And that was really scary, because that is when I got a blow to the head and I woke up here only seconds later. At least it felt like it were seconds later, but it could have been more, to be honest. I mean, I was down and out, so I really could not have been able to track time while I was in and out of consciousness. I am so sorry, you guys. Okay, I am trying my best, I promise. But none of that even matters to me right now. I mean, this Bendy thing is chasing me, and I really do not appreciate it when people are this close to me anywhere at all. I mean, this is just not something that I enjoy, and I really just get anxious whenever someone or something is this close following me wherever I go. I can usually not even run away from things because of that. I mean, that is basically just what I was trying to say. However, I might be stumbling just a little bit here. Can this exit door please open, for crying out loud? Let me out of here.